On January the 3rd, 2014, at 7:48 am, a topic was created on the 17 Brew Crew forum entitled 17 Brew Crew IPA. It was my hope that the community might get behind this idea and come up with an IPA recipe collectively, in turn creating a brew that we could all proudly call our own. The original idea was to incorporate 17 hop additions into an IPA, but this eventually changed and became a 17 ingredients IPA recipe. There were some initially in the beginning that thought the recipe might not work, but the vast majority of the members that participated were fully behind it and were very enthusiastic. None more so than a member by the name of JMCMLXX, or Jay as he's known on the forum. After a quiet period on the topic, with no real activity, I received a private message from Jay saying, "Let's not give up on the 17 IPA." We wanted to find a way to have more collaborative input by the members, but weren't 100% sure how to achieve this. So a topic was created called the 17 IPA Voting Poll. In the poll, we laid out specific questions to the crew, asking them things like what their favourite hops were, favourite base malts, favourite specialty grains, all for creating a specific IPA styled beer. Before too long, we had a list of ingredients to work with, and within a day or so, we had a recipe. All we needed was someone to brew it. Again, Jay rose to the occasion and got cracking on collecting the ingredients needed, and before too long, we had the very first IPA being brewed. It's amazing to think that this little idea, which started in South Australia, has become shared collectively, created and globally developed to become an actual beer. And it ain't just any old beer either. It's the 17 Brew Crew's first ever jointly designed beer, the 17 IPA. Behind every home brew is a home brewer and a story. And behind this brew are several home brewers, each with their own individual stories, and they span the globe. What an amazing thought. Think about that while you watch this review. 17. Well, here we go guys. It's finally time. The 17 IPA. I haven't tried this yet guys. This is my first ever time. This is a blind tasting. I know there's a few guys out there who have tried it already. Look, before I get cracking on this, guys, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone in the community who contributed to this amazing beer, and in general, everyone who contributes to the 17 Brew Crew forum. It's a fantastic community, really great guys. And before I crack this baby open, I just want to let you guys know a little bit of the backstory around this particular brew. Not you guys have already seen the intro, so that's fine, but around how this came to be coming to me. JMCMLXX over at 17 Brew Crew, you guys are probably aware of him. He's a fantastic guy, and he assisted me with leading this recipe, and he was the very first guy ever to brew the first ever batch of 17 IPA. And he was going to send me a few, he did send me a few, I should say, but there was an issue along the way in transit, and I never received them, unfortunately. I just want you guys to be aware that the original plan was for me to review, to do the first review of the 17 IPA, and that review being reviewing the very first ever batch of the 17 IPA, and that's what Jay was going to kindly do for me. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, and these things happen, but this community is so awesome that another guy called Vic over at 17 Brew Crew, he kindly brewed up another batch of the original recipe and sent me a couple, so to give me the opportunity to actually review it. And I just want to say thank you to Vic, thank you to Jay. It's unfortunate I wasn't able to do Jay's, and that really sucks big time, but you know what, there's a silver lining. This is how awesome the community is, and how generous the community is, I should say. So yeah, it's awesome stuff, guys. So I just wanted you guys to be aware of that before I crack this baby open. Man, what more can I say? Let's go. I don't even know why I'm nervous, but it's just a long time coming and it's finally here, so let's give this a crack, guys. Oh my gosh. That smells amazing. Let's pour this baby. Take a look at that, guys. Really hope you can see that colour. Let's just admire that for a second. I'm just absolutely stoked. I'm going to give this a nose. Wow, I can look at that. Look at that, guys. That is staying around. That little pillowy head there. It's staying around big time. There's, you know, small bubble. There's a whole you know, gamut of size bubbles in here. Slight caramelly or vanilla, I would say. Head looks really good. It's really sticking around, and because this glass is designed to, you know, nose these type of beverages, I'm going to just give it a bit of a nose. And I'm getting. Really, the first thing I get when I nose this baby is I'm getting a hint of sweetness. There's some caramel there. There is a variety of hop type of profiles coming through, but nothing is like smacking me in the face just yet. But that's all. But that's testament to this beautiful head, though. You know what I mean? It's blocking some of that, which is awesome. But you are getting that malt, that sweetie malt. Look at that. I'm going to give this a taste, guys. This. That's 17. Awesome stuff. Oh. Oh my gosh. You know what, guys? I'm not going to sit here and try and pick through every single hop addition that was put in here. I know the hops that were put in there. You guys should check out the recipe. I'll try and put a link down here or some information to the recipe. But the bitterness is there, and it lasts. This is approximately 70 IBU using the Cooper's pre-hop kits, and it's about 6% ABV. Pardon me. As you can see right there. And also it was a lot of fun to create this that label too. I had so much fun with that. So now guys, okay, so I'm not going to pick these hops apart. The marriage of these hops with this particular malt, and even just the hops themselves, the hop additions, perfect. I've had other IPAs before that weren't as bitter as this and were refreshing, but this beer here it's refreshing off the bat, but the I don't know, all I can say is the hops marry really well with like this slight sweetness of the malt, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, but I'm going to give this another go. Lacing. Guys, I'm not a beer connoisseur. I don't know if you've subscribed to my channel. You can probably tell. I mean, sometimes I try hard, but you know what? I don't go into a beer and it's like when I see a movie. I don't go to a movie to pick it to pieces. I go to a movie just to enjoy it for what it is. And if I enjoy it, I enjoy it. If I don't, I don't. I enjoy this beer, and I never used to be a really big fan of bitter beers. I don't know if this is exactly 70 IBUs, but it is a bitter beer. But you know what? There's a difference between having a couple of hop additions in a bitter beer, like an English bitter, and having the bitter last the whole way. You either like it or you don't. But with this here, the bitterness lingers for a decent amount of time, but on a journey with that bitterness is that hop profile and the malt. So it's not just one thing you're left with at the end. It's actually at least 3 to 4 things that are sticking on your palate that are continuing on that journey after you've, you know, after the beer's initially gone down the gullet and you're left with that stuff lingering. It's beautiful stuff, and that colour is sensational. Oh my gosh, it is really good. This baby is rocking. Oh man, I'm so blessed, guys. I really am. You know, there's so many generous people out there, and you know, Vic and Jay have been so generous to send me beers, and oh man, it's the least I can do. I try and make these productions as, you know, as quality as possible. But like I said, you know, I'm not a poet, guys. I think at the end of the day, someone who has a good perspective on beer is someone who knows what they like. Do you know what I mean? I know what I like, and I think at the end of the day, we're all good reviewers of beer if we actually know what we like. And I like good quality craft style beers that have a story behind it. That's why I'll spend a little bit extra and get a decent beer when I go to the shop. You know what I'm saying, guys? That's what this is about. This has a story. This beer has a story, and I wish I could say more. I want to say more because I want to really do this justice, guys. Let me have another go. I'm getting some citrus. You know, I'm getting some fruitiness. Definitely, there's fruitiness there. It's really refreshing. It's funny. There's an aspect to this which tastes really light, if that makes sense. It's light when you start to pour it down the gullet, and then it just becomes something completely different. I know the IPAs are kind of like a beer that take you on a little bit of a journey. Even beers that don't have a lot of hop additions can take you on a bit of a journey if they're a decent, you know, quality malt and stuff. But this beer here is a beer. It's a beer that really does take you on a journey. There's so many flavours and characteristics there, but you know what? Sometimes when you're looking at a painting, or you're even looking at a movie, you know, with too many plot points in there, and it's just too complicated, or you're looking at a picture and it's got too much going on, and you think, shivers, what's the story behind this? All I'm getting is just a barrage of imagery and lighting effects and explosions. And sometimes it can overshadow the simplistic part of what the filmmaker or the artist is trying to get across. But this is like perfect balance. Do you know what I mean? It really is, guys. It's got a nice little kick to it too. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I don't know what else to say. I'm trying. Perfect collaboration of malts. I have to say that, perfect. And the bitterness has some flavour, and some complexity to it as well, as it lingers. It's you're not left with a completely clean palate, but you're not left with any off flavours or anything like that. It's a clean brew, but that bitterness is a real hero to this, and that's saying something, guys, because anyone who's seen my videos, I've said a couple of times, I've never been a huge fan of bitter beers, but this, I don't mind a bitter beer if it takes you on a journey. If it's just bitter for the sake of being bitter, then I'm not really for it, but this is absolutely amazing. Vic, I just want to say thank you so much, man. Bless you and your family, man. This is absolutely awesome. You know, this isn't just about a guy sitting here drinking a beer that was sent to him. Oh, it's free. You know, no worries, free beer. No. It's about the community. It's about what's behind it. It's about what goes into this. It's about people all around the world are contributing to a beer. You know, we're helping each other. We're contributing to something. You know, we're respectful of each other. We're, giving each other advice. You know, we're treating each other with respect. This is more than just a beer. This is a collaboration. This is the hallmark of a community working together. You know, this is a souvenir of an experience, guys. This is a souvenir of the 17brewcrew.com spirit here in my hands. This is absolutely amazing. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is a good beer. Guys, I don't know what else I can say. This is absolutely amazing. And I'm a guy who can tell you if I don't like a beer. Okay? I can tell you that. I can tell you there are some IPAs out there that I've tried and I do not like. They are just bitter for the sake of being bitter sometimes. Guys, this is just sensational. Thank you so much, Vic. And thank you, Jay, for being my partner and helping me to see that this was actually a good idea. And actually pushing me and saying, not pushing me, but you know what I mean, encouraging me and saying, let's not give up on the 17 IPA. Let's keep this going. You know what I mean? Let's keep doing this thing. It's a good idea. It can work. And it did. Bloody oath it did. Look at that. That's proof. This beer has gone all around the world. All around the world. What can I say, guys? I mean, I don't even know what to say. I'm just so humbled by this, and I'm also just ecstatic that I get to try this. Guys, this has gone on for a really long time. Just want to apologise if it's too long, but hey man, I'm just so stoked and excited about this. You guys take care. Blessings to yourself and your loved ones. Wow, what can I say? Oh man, great beer, great community, great blokes. You know, hot diggity damn, a good brew. Love you guys, mean it, mean the world to me. And I want to thank you. Just thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. 17. Oh my gosh. There's the money shot. Look at that. Wow.